GSL. GSL Season 3.
It's time.
It is time for our last best of 3 of the day, of the week even, Tasteless.
So far, it's been a wild day. We have Cure, the only survivor so far. The remaining 2 players are Zest and Reality.
Soulkey.
Soulkey. I actually did a double take even when I saw the graphic. I'm like, no, it's Zest against Soulkey there, guys. The graphic at the bottom of our screen is wrong. Reality just lost to Soulkey 0-2.
That's right. It's about as far from 2-1 as you can get. Well, let's see. Zest killed Soulkey before, but it was some pretty aggressive, some might call it cheesy plays. Like the cannon drop.
Oh, I know, right?
A cannon drop.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Ooh, Foxtrot as the opener. I'm really excited to see what Zest does here. This map can be very tough against Zerg.
Now, let's also not
Speedling
forget,
opening is very good here.
Zest had some very well prepared, cheesy, tricky builds that he already used to defeat Soulkey once today.
Yeah.
What does he have in store now? I don't know if he had 3 extra cheeses or if he's just going to bring out a standard play. Our map is Foxtrot Labs, and this will be today's final best of 3 here in Group A at the GSL Code S. Bottom left, one of the greatest Protosses of all time.
KT roster Zest.
Should be happy about the spot. The other spots I feel like are really much harder to play a macro game on correctly.
Yeah, I got to agree. In the upper right, we have our Zerg player, also a GSL Code S champion.
SK Telecom T1 Soulkey.
Now, will Soulkey go for a Speedling opening? Or will he just go with normal play? Because normal play is fine because Speedling openings are so good that your opponent probably won't just go Nexus first into gate.
We will have to see.
Rematch. All right.
Quick drone scout.
Yeah, not as quick as what we saw before, but this still could be a offensive hatchery type of play. We'll see from Zest. It looks like he is going for a pylon in the main, so probably going to be a gateway expand or expand into gateway. We'll see in just a second. Looks like expand into gateway.
But here from the Zerg, we have no pool just yet.
Yeah, and he gets there in time to get the hatch if he wants to.
Ooh, now will he? All right, he is going to go for the Nexus first here. And okay, it is going to be a hatch first.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we're going to see anything different at all.
Well,
drone scout gets there.
I mean, the drone scout definitely could have gone for offensive hatchery, but it doesn't look like he wants to do that, which is fine. A kind of interesting thing, if you take your third base on the left-hand side here in Zest's position, if you look at those 2 bases that are closest to his natural, the one on the left-hand side, it has, like, if you take it and secure it, it's really nice. You know, it's right down a ramp from your natural. You don't have to kill any rocks to get there, so you can take it a bit quicker. A 4th base is very easy to get from there. But it's got a giant concave where it's pretty hard to hold like a very strong like Roach, Ling, or Hydra type of, you know, one of those big aggressions. So we'll see what he goes with it. In the meantime, Soulkey, double hatch before pulling, even grabbing the gas right away as well. Okay. Oh wait, no, he's not. He's gassing actually Zest gas, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, I'm glad we're seeing more of that. I think it's a really good way to take control of your opponent in the game, to read what their tech is, to force, well, actually to force Protoss to reveal what units, or if it's making any units early on.
Thanks for coming down to the studio.
Yep.
Should have been holding an Artosis is awesome sign. You'd all, there'd be like 8 coins given away right now. You all have your earbuds in. You heard me tell you before. Have fun with your 1 GSL coin instead of 3.
Look at this cybernetic score getting close to finishing up. And then we're going to see what the tech is going to be here. And as you can see, the Protoss can still take that gas at their expansion, but that's a little bit of a longer travel time. The probes aren't being used as much. And, you know, especially when you get to players of the caliber of Zest and Soulkey, these are very small, subtle things that actually can add up to very different results in a build order that's been mapped out for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
Certainly.
It's
even
definitely
scout intel, so
it's definitely annoying there for Zest.
well, we do have a Stalker on the way. 3 queens being produced. Still kind of early to figure out what's going on here. Ah, Stargate. Now, I don't think we're going to see anything crazy like from before. My guess here is an Oracle.
Well, I think this time around, Zest is going to go for really standard stuff here. He beat Soulkey. I guess you could say he pulled a fast one on Soulkey in the first series. Oh, almost gets that up. But I don't think Zest has that many tricks up his sleeve, or that he would even... Actually, you know what? Let me take it back. He might have that many tricks up his sleeve, but I would feel as though there would be no reason for Zest to need to use all those tricks like that.
He can't have that many.
In a second best of 3. I'd say that he has to bank some of his builds here for the later matches. And that's something you have to keep in mind when you're as good as Zest.
Oh.
You definitely want to do... Oh, my God.
Well, this is
all
something
right,
that we've
he's going to
seen.
do another... I take it back, guys.
Yeah. Well,
I really thought this was going to be the standard game. I mean, we've seen Zest play so many standard games like this, but he's going to go for...
7-gate Oracle.
Yeah.
This is a really powerful build. It's... You know, this is a build that we've seen pop up from time to time, and we've definitely seen it a few times in GSL and other tournaments as well. And it looks like Soulkey completely unawares of what's going on. He's making drones even right now. He's got 3 queens and 2 zerglings. That's his army. Zest can already kill that army right now with what he has. And with all these gates finishing up, this is going to be deadly. This is going to be very hard for Soulkey to hold, especially with this Oracle helping out against Lings.
Okay, he's going to come in now, and the Oracle can just melt the Zerglings like really easily here,
Now,
while staying away from that Spore.
28 Lings on the way. Speed is going to finish in just a moment here, so if he makes nothing but Stalkers, that could turn into an issue. Does kill that Spore. Really important pickoff so the Oracle can help out better.
Yeah, absolutely. Now he's going for the hatch here. Now he will take out that one pylon, but
And look at this.
There's more than enough pylons here, and in fact, this makes it even harder for the Lings to get around here. He gets some more surface area.
3 pylons is beautiful. What a smart play here from Zest.
And he might even move forward here. Now notice there's just 1 sentry here with this.
That's right. Doesn't have all that much gas to work with.
I love just that 1 Stalker warped in there. And then it's right back to the action. The Lings are having to come all the way back around here. There's a nice time warp, a really good time warp, making it that much harder for those Lings to get away. Beautiful.
And he is just killing absolutely anything. It's looking like Soulkey is going to fall here, Tasteless.
Yeah, I got to say I agree, Artosis. He's coming up now. Now, those Lings are taking out some of the pylons down there, but this is just, I think, too much. I mean, the Zealots are going to destroy so many of these drones. The Lings are trying to come up here to reinforce. Yes, there are some roaches coming out now. Well, hold on a second. He's got us around. I guess the big question, though, is how many drones can you really lose?
Yeah. In this case, he's lost a lot, and in fact, he's still warping units over here. I mean, look at this. 24 drones right now. He's lost his 3rd base. And the thing is, from Zest, this is not really... I mean, it's all inny. He only has 2 of his geysers, but he has 41 probes. And yes, it's 2 of his geysers, not just 1. You know, that's when it's like, you know, like some of Son's old 4-gate builds and stuff. It's like, well, you only have 1 geyser behind this.
And on top of all that, the Oracle is still alive.
Yeah.
So you think about that. It gets a little bit more energy. Yes, the Queens can try to hit it, but it's just not going to be enough. Again, Zest making this almost look easy here. Now, there's a lot of roaches. He would probably want to have a few more Stalkers here.
Yeah, this is not something he would be able to hold very easily. Nice micro there by Soulkey, trying to pick off some of those sentries.
Oh, nice job just making that Oracle detect there. Now, we have more probes making. Let's see if he warps in any more units down here. No, a 2nd gas and another gas. So this is going to be 4 gases total. Instead of 2nd, I meant a 3rd gas and then a 4th gas total there.
Well, it makes sense. He's starting to transition out of this.
But here's what he can also do, Artosis. He can keep his army here on the low ground. He has 2 sentries. He can actually force field off that ramp if he wants.
Yeah, I suppose that is true.
I mean, if Zerg overextends, he can actually kill off all those roaches.
Yeah, if he starts to come down, it would be an issue. But you know what? He's starting to kill those rocks. He wants multiple ways out of here. He
We got a
doesn't want
Void Ray
anything
being
silly to
made.
happen.
He just wants him to stay on 2 bases, man.
Yeah, and I think the Void Ray is very good defensively as well. He knows that his opponent isn't going to be going like Hydras off of 2 bases. It's very likely he'll just stay on Roaches and try to either do damage or retake a third. And a Void Ray is going to be fine against anything like that.
Yeah, I think this is a really bright move here. Now, the army is beginning to back up as Zest deems it unsafe to stay out on the map here. The Roaches have not yet moved out. And as the Void Rays continue to increment out, I would say that Zerg is in a weaker and weaker position here. It's now 49 drones to 49 probes, rather, to 35 drones. I mean, this is Protoss. First of all, just fundamentally the way the game works. Oh my God, a Nidus network. Okay,
that's right. This is his one chance, Tasteless, to come back. That's why he's not making more drones. He's not going to try it for a long game. He knows Zest will just kill him. But this is a strong move to try. Look at this. This is a mostly Zealot-based army. You know, his army's kind of slow to get back in. Oh man, it definitely has the possibility of working.
Yeah, I think this is the best. Well, first of all, I'd say that Soulkey doesn't have any really good options, but this is the best amongst the bad options, especially now with Zest taking a third base. I mean, I actually have to say I'm a little bit surprised Zest is taking a third base since he could just sit on 2 bases. Oh my God.
Oh man, this is...
Oh man, that is like such a perfect spot to put that, by the way.
It really is. The fact that Zest has nothing over there, he is going to pay the price for missing one little thing.
Again, though, I don't think he needed to take a third here. He could have just sat on 2 bases against the Zerg's 2 base.
Well, you know, this is... Let's see how he can deal with this first. We do have a Void Ray popping up, but the Queens are coming as well. They're going to have transfusions, maybe a creep tumor. Look at that. That third base looks like it may, in fact, get canceled.
The Void Ray is still far back enough. It wasn't taking much damage from the Queens for most of that there. Nexus Cannon activated. Now notice if he keeps focusing down everything with the Void Ray, the Roaches, excuse me, not everything, the Roaches, I should say, he's doing more than enough damage. I think to hold this off with the number of Stalkers out here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he should be able to micro through this, but a lot of transfusions here. That Nexus Cannon really doing a lot of work, as well as that Void Ray has been kept alive this entire time, and it has dealt so much damage to these Roaches. But you know what? The Roaches starting to push back.
We didn't see how many transfusions the Queens had, but I guess, yeah, they had
ridiculous
so much.
Amount.
Oh my God. Soulkey.
Well, this would be a very strong comeback win for Soulkey here.
Taking lemons and turning it into the most winning lemonade I have seen in a while.
Lemonade.
Pink lemonade, the best kind.
The best type of lemonade.
Of course.
Lemons aren't pink, you say? Well, Soulkey didn't even care.
Figure that lemonade out.
Yeah. Lemonade is above you.
So we got a win there from Soulkey. I have to say, I am so in shock. I think not as in shock as Zest is. Okay, let's go back to that game for a second. I think that Zest played perfectly until he just didn't stay on 2 bases, and he took a third. You never need to expand ahead of Zerg, guys. You can stay even on bases. Zerg's pretty much in trouble. Go back, take out a base, and stay home. 2 base Zerg, I think you're better off staying at home, defending, and just waiting to see what he's going to do. Keep pumping out Void Rays and just check everything in your main.
Yeah.
That Nidus network trick, that's not a new trick.
No, it's not. And, you know, the thing is, to figure out that something like that's going to happen, what you need to ask yourself when you get really far ahead, because I think the third base, it's like, well, yeah, I guess you can take a third. Soulkey can't kill it. What could kill you?
Yeah.
What is something that could possibly get you?
And you also have to think about, what did you force Zerg to do back there? You forced him to make a ridiculous amount of roaches. And guess what? You know, Zest is making Void Rays at home anyways. He can't die to roaches attacking across the map with 2 Void Rays out. All you have to do is make sure that the Queens can't somehow reinforce the roaches.
Yeah,
how can the Queens do that? The only way in the game, and in a period of time like that, is to get a Nidus network to connect there.
Yeah,
so
it's tough to try to guess every little thing your